Hello, sports fans and English learners. Welcome back to Kalal English Sports, where we make sports your English classroom. Today, we're diving into the thrilling Community Shield match preview between Manchester United and Manchester City. We'll be analyzing what ESPN Sports analysts have to say about the game, focusing on key words, phrases, and expressions that you can use in your own English conversations. Let's get started. We will start from the statement we see on our screen, and this was said by one of the analysts, the sports analysts from ESPN. I think it's a friendly that's more important for Manchester United than Manchester City. City are in this every year. We will start from the word friendly. In football or in soccer, a friendly match is a game that doesn't count towards a league or tournament standings. It is played mainly for practice, or sometimes they play a friendly game, teams play a friendly game for charity. Now let's move on to the next phrase, which is more important. This phrase highlights something that holds greater significance or value compared to something else. Therefore, from this statement, we can understand that the analyst, this particular sports analyst, believes that the match holds more significance for Manchester United, as they're not accustomed to being in this position every year, at least recently, unlike the other team, Manchester City. Now let's move on to take a look at what the other analysts had to say about this game. I just think this game matters more in terms of the trophy for Ten Hag. This is Ten Hag, to put it in the locker room and say, I've put another trophy in there. Therefore, we will start from the phrase that says matters more. It means that something is of greater importance. Locker room is a room in sports facility or in a sports facility where players change clothes and store their equipment. Therefore, one thing we learned from this statement is that for Eric Ten Hag, winning this trophy is a way to prove his success by adding more silverware to the team's collection. For Manchester United, there are so many players who are currently injured, and Eric Ten Hag said, I'm not going to take any risks. He said he's not going to take any risks. He's already starting the season on something of a back foot with the injuries that he's picked up in the preseason. Let's start from the phrase take any risks. It means to engage in something that could potentially cause harm or failure. Back foot. This idiom means being in a defensive position or at a disadvantage. Therefore, over here, the analyst explains that due to injuries, the manager over here, Eric Ten Hag, he is cautious and he doesn't want to jeopardize his team's chances early in the season. Now we will try to take a look at what the analysts had to say about the importance of the Community Shield. If you win the league and the FA Cup, then people are thinking of the Community Shield and they throw that in. So over here, the phrase throw that in means to add something as an extra. As a result, this statement tells us that winning the Community Shield is often seen as a bonus for teams that have already won other major trophies, like the league. When we say the league, in this particular case, we're talking about the Premier League and also the FA Cup. Therefore, we just want to know one thing, how important it is for clubs to win the Community Shield. Winning that on its own is no good to the top clubs. Over here, on its own means by itself, without any other accomplishments. Therefore, let's say a team only won the Community Shield. But in this case, for the top clubs, and the top clubs include, well, since we're talking about Manchester City and Manchester United, these two are among the top clubs in the English Premier League. Therefore, for these teams, the Community Shield is not enough of an achievement if it's not accompanied by other titles. Therefore, why are they playing this game if it's not that important? Because there are times when the Community Shield feels bigger. It's for a team that's won the league and the other that's won the FA Cup. Now let's take a look at the phrase feels bigger. This phrase means something seems more important or significant than usual. Won the league. It refers to a team that has finished first in a league competition. Therefore, this year, not this year, last year, City won the league. They are the Premier League champions. Therefore, the analyst is suggesting that the significance of the Community Shield, it can vary. Sometimes it feels more important, especially because it pits the league champions against the FA Cup winners, and that adds extra prestige to the match. Therefore, unless a team is not ready to accompany the Community Shield with another trophy, it's not going to have that much of value. Now let's move on to Pep Guardiola. He nailed it, didn't he? City have not won it in three, but they've won the league. Now let's start from the phrase nailed it. This idiom means to do something perfectly or with great success. So let's say that you did something great and you can say, oh, I nailed it. We can use it like that. When we go to the phrase in three, it refers to the last 3 years or three attempts won the league. This phrase indicates that although Manchester City have not won the Community Shield in three attempts, they have still managed to win the league title. And that's what matters the most, according to these people. Therefore, over here, the analyst is praising Pep Guardiola for accurately stating that Manchester City, despite not winning the Community Shield in recent years, they still have been successful in winning the Premier League, which is a greater achievement. I just think for Manchester City and Guardiola, with all the players that have not joined up on the US tour, this is just a massive exercise. Let's start from the phrase haven't joined up. This means the players have not participated or taken part in something, well, particularly in training. Massive exercise. This phrase means a significant or important activity often used to describe something large scale or with a lot of effort involved. Therefore, over here, this particular analyst suggests that for Manchester City and their manager Pep Guardiola, the Community Shield match is less about winning, but more about getting the team ready for the season, especially since some key players have not had a chance to join the team during the preseason tour. Now, I'm not sure how many of you are supporting Man United or rooting for Manchester City in today's match. Who do you think is going to win? Well, according to this analyst, he said it's really hard to predict a game like that. Well, he said it's really hard to predict a game like that. It wouldn't surprise me if it's an entertaining draw that goes to penalty kicks. The phrase entertaining draw refers to a game that ends in a tie, but it's still exciting. Let's say the game ends 1-1 or maybe 0-0. So as long as it's entertaining, we can say, oh, it's ended in an entertaining draw, or it was an entertaining draw, maybe we can say that. That goes to penalty kicks. Over here, the phrase penalty kicks refers to a method used to decide the winner of the match when the scores are tied after regulation time. So over here, the analyst thinks that the game could be very close, possibly ending in a draw and maybe decided by penalties. Now it's time for us to take a look at how we can use some of these phrases in our own English conversations. We will start from the phrase feels bigger. You might say, oh, this event feels bigger than last year's. Maybe you're talking about a birthday or any event. And when you compare it to last year, you can say, oh, this feels bigger. Now let's take a look at another example. Let's say someone gives a perfect answer or performance, then you can say, wow, you nailed it. Over here, you're praising that person for their achievements. So every time you're impressed by someone's performance, you can say, you nailed it. And that wraps up our analysis of ESPN's commentary on the Community Shield match preview between Manchester United and Manchester City. Remember to listen to how these phrases and expressions are used in real life sports commentary and try to incorporate them in your English practice. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content that helps you improve your English through sports. See you in the next video.